evidence, let alone people. But any cafes that were open were trying their best to make the princess feel welcome today. They've been celebrating British culture here. James Bond movies have been showing in the local cinemas. The population looked shaken rather than stirred. There were also some shops in store for the princess inside the town hall. One of the exhibits looked a bit too lifelike. The main cultural event of the day, though, was the French premiere of Paul McCartney's Liverpool oratorio. The Beatle Ancien appeared for their rehearsals this afternoon.
I was always waiting for an opportunity to write something like this, so when the Liverpool Orchestra gave the commission, it was perfect.
The performance was the last event of her solo tour of France, attended by the Princess of Wales. David Chater, ITN in Lille.
Tomorrow night, a world-exclusive interview with one of the legends of rock and roll. Former Beatle Paul McCartney is gearing up for a world tour which will bring him to Australia for the first time in nearly 20 years.
Paul McCartney is coming back.
It was when people were sort of screaming and going mad, but it was good. We had a great time.
Watch Paul McCartney on stage, watch him soak up the applause, and it's easy to realise why he still does it. It's the ultimate charge.
You should try it. Next time we do it, I'll let you walk out. And we'll pretend you're me. I mean, they might not cheer, though. This is the problem. You might not
but I'll take you up.
That is the problem, I think. Music legend Paul McCartney tomorrow on My Last Night with A Current Affair. Tonight on My Last Night with A Current Affair, a world-exclusive interview with one of the giants of popular music. At 50 years old, Paul McCartney is gearing up for an international tour in 1993, which will include his first concerts in Australia for nearly 2 decades. Paul McCartney talks to our London correspondent, Mark Llewellyn.
Paul McCartney is coming back. Back to the country he last saw 17 years ago.
Be nice to get back down under.
You're practising your Aussie?
Yeah, I'm getting all the little things of fair dinkum. G'day, sport.
Well, we'd like to carry on now with a song which we recorded not very long ago. The song is called All My Loving.
28 years ago, the Beatles came to Australia for their one and only...
The Beatles tour was in the days when Aussies used to have this reputation as, you know, corks round their head and beer swilling, mate, you know, right, mate, a bit thick in the head, you know.
Yeah. Paul, what do you expect to find here in Australia?
Australians.
Well, if they are in that rear car, it would be madness to come out.
It was 1964, the height of Beatlemania.
It was when people were sort of screaming and going mad, and somebody climbed up the Southern Cross Hotel, just sitting in your room with a, "G'day, mate. You're not supposed to be here, are you? Don't worry, mate, no worries." But it was good. We had a great time.
11 years
You turned
later.
50 this year.
Did I? My God, I don't believe it.
Big day or a bad day?
It was all right, actually. I decided to just have another birthday as usual and sort of keep my head down.
No thought of settling down with a pipe and comfy slippers?
Oh, not really. Nah.
I've seen books for the coffee table like this by Herb Ritts and different guys and gals.
And gals, right?
What makes yours unique?
Probably the people in it, I guess. Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles and many others.
Yeah, your book's kind of intimate.
I believe in intimacy. And these are really sort of, you know, friendly experiences for me. They were friends. It turned out that people liked having their pictures taken by me. Probably because I don't use flash, like I'm going to take some of you.
Oh, okay, so I'll just look through this and I'll show them some of them. The Hendrix pictures are interesting. We have 2 of those that I picked out.
Good.
You liked Jimmy?
I loved him. Still love him. Wish he were around still.
Yeah, this picture here, the one shot there without the guitar, he looks at peace.
He was actually a very bright, very peaceful and happy person, insecure, but really loved life, loved people, loved playing.
Yeah, yeah. Janice is in here. Where's the Joplin shot? Yeah. Show him that, Sandy. She's holding up a bottle of Southern Comfort there. Where was that?
That was in this town, actually. She was doing a show, and she drank that before she went on. I think she was that nervous.
Oh.
Really? She used to be, you know, think, oh, I don't know if I can do it. So she'd sit in the dressing room and drink it and then get out there and give them a great show.
Yeah, I noticed you had stuff of Morrison in here.
Yeah.
If he had have seen...
They last played together as a group in 1970. By that time, after 10 years on the road, the personal and business differences of the four had proved insurmountable, and it was left to Paul McCartney to launch a court action in Britain to formally dissolve the Beatles later that year. Since then, they've pursued separate solo careers with varying degrees of success. Older and richer, Paul McCartney's never stopped performing. And George Harrison and Ringo Starr frequently appeared together. The death of John Lennon in 1980 meant the end of the group, but not, it seems, the determination of the surviving Beatles to play together again. Paul McCartney said the three will work together on a 10-part TV series on the history of the Beatles.
I just saw George yesterday in California, and we're getting together, you know, for this thing, so it's bringing us together. And there is a chance that we might actually do a little bit of music for it. So it's good, you know, rather than put a huge pressure on us and say the Beatles are reforming, you know, and do they need Julian, or what do they need, you know, all that stuff. Probably it'll happen a bit more naturally, and we'll get together for this film, for this TV series. And that would just be the three of us, probably, yeah.
Music